Okay, man, I found this really dope loop out of one of my sample packs. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can load that in. You know, maybe chop it up, do something with it. The loop is real dope, man. So check it out. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Really nice. You know, it has like that lo-fi, but still, you know, dreamy type feel, and that's the kind of loops that I really like to deal with. You know, so we're gonna see if we can load it in. You know, let's get to work and see if we can chop it up and do something. You know. Man, that loop is so dope, man. I like it, you know, and I knew it was gonna sound good if I pitched it up, you know, because usually loops that have like that lower type sound, you know, they got that slow sound. When you pitch them up, they're really nice to deal with. You know, a lot of sample records is like that too. When you pitch them, when you have a little sample off a record that's really low sounding, or it's in that low register, then when you pitch it up, you know, usually sounds really nice. So I knew this was gonna sound nice, man, but it's dope, you know. Trying to find out where I want to end and start my chops, you know, that way everything sounds nice. It has like little snares in the middle of the loop, you know, so I'm trying to chop it right after that. That way I cut up those snares off. That way they don't interfere with my drums when I put them in. They ask me, you know, like, man, how do you chop samples? Or, you know, like, you know, you can chop them a certain way, and it doesn't matter. You can pick whatever you want out of a sample, but there's a point in time that your talent comes into play. You know, like you have to be able to listen to the chops and understand. You know, it's like putting a piece of the puzzle back together. You're picking it apart and picking out sounds, and you got them all scattered from the sample. But there's a point in time that you have to use your ear, you know, your musical talent. And some of the, you know, sometimes like how I do it is I start off simple. You know, like I'll find my way through the chops, and maybe this one and that one go together, you know. So I just basically start off with just those chops, you know, just those two chops, and then I'll keep adding to the puzzle. Sometimes I'll, you know, it'll fall together instantly, you know, like I'll get an idea just by hitting 5 or 6 pads, and all of a sudden the idea just come together. But it's basically just using your talent when you're working with samples and you're chopping a sample. You know, you have to use your ear and understand how music goes, and you know, that's where the talent part comes into it. You know, anybody can learn how to do something, but there's a point in time that your talent kicks in, and you gotta know how to do it. You gotta know how to use that, you know. Chop right there is really nice, you know. The last chop is nice, so that's probably how I'm gonna end the sequence, you know. You know, so we're gonna see how it come into play though, you know. Okay, we're gonna convert this to a program. Let's do that. Do it. We're gonna save track 1 for the drums as always, and we're gonna put the program on track 2. Turn this up to full velocity always. With something like work with 197, see if that's gonna work. 8 bars. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's it. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, now we're going to copy this track to track 3. So I'm gonna go to track 3, and then I'm gonna hit duplicate. I want to duplicate that. I want to merge that, so now my chops are there as well. So now that's going to be playing the same thing, but I don't want the high pass filter on it. I want to change that to low pass. That way this is going to be my low sample track. I don't know if I'm going to use this, but I do this with every sample. You know, I split the frequencies just in case. You know, sometimes I use them both. Sometimes I use one high, one, you know, and then or sometimes I use just the low. It doesn't matter. You know, just depends on the track. So I'm gonna find a low pass filter. Okay, let's solo that and work just with that. And we're gonna pull up that also, that way we can kind of manipulate them. Go to track mute. All right, we kind of got the tracks a little manipulated how we want, so that works out nice. That works out really, really nice. Just picked out some percussion sounds. I got a few little percussion sounds, some tom sounds. So I just kind of laid that down real quick, and this is what that sounds like. So it's coming around, little shaker sound. Now we're gonna work with the hi-hat. So we're gonna put that on 16 level. I already got the delay on it. All right, so let's lay down some hi-hats. Kick, got a snare, and then I got another ghost kick, main kick, ghost kick. So I'm gonna lay down the main kick and the snare, and then I'm gonna put some accent ghost kicks in there, that way it can kind of back up the snare, because I don't want the original kick, I don't want that kick to be too present all over the beat. I just want it to come in, you know, and just kind of back up the ghost kick. So we're gonna lay the main kick and the snare down, and then we're gonna lay the ghost kick down. Kick in, just some little hits in between the kick. That's a little trick for you guys that I use all the time. Sometimes I'll use a real thump heavy kick, you know, and then I'll layer a very, very light kick. Sometimes I use the same kick but kind of carve out the frequencies with an EQ. That way it give me the same type of kick but just a little bit less thumpier, and I'll use that as a backup kick. That way it matches the kick, but the big kick isn't too present over the beat. So that's what I'm gonna do here. That's it. Now we get to have some fun. I already set the MPC to D sharp minor. Pulled up a Rhodes. The sample has like a little dreamy sound. So I want to keep that same dreamy feel. Kind of give it some accents, you know. So let's see if we can lay that down. Yes, indeed. I like it. I like the way this is rocking. I really, really like it. You know, lately I've been in a super inspiring mood because, you know, I've been doing a lot of collabs with other producers, you know. That's the way to, sometimes that's the way to stay inspired, you know, like just stay in creative circles, stay with people that always got ideas, always got new things that's coming up. If you stay in a stagnant space or if you stay around stagnant people, then, you know, it doesn't feed your creativity too much. So I've been in a super inspiring mood, and also you guys too. Y'all been very, very inspiring to me, you know, with the comments and, you know, all of the questions you guys ask on the videos, you know, all of that has inspired me to get into, you know, a really, really good zone when it comes to making beats, you know, for the last past 2 or 3 months, you know. I'm in a really good headspace, and I just feel it in my creativity, you know, and the stuff that I'm pumping out. So, you know, shout out to you guys for that, man. I appreciate y'all's support, man. And, you know, just stay in creative circles. That's all I can say. Stay in creative circles. You know, don't be around the people that, you know, it could be nice people, they could be cool people, but sometimes they just stagnant. You know, you're just not really doing too much. So, you know, as a result, you'll have some problems with your creativity. You may even have problems with them, you know, but stay around creative people, get those creative juices flowing, y'all feed off of each other, you know, and you'll come up with some hot stuff, you know, that's how it works, you know. I found this nice little sound in the Trophies VST. It's a guitar sound, man. It's really, really nice. So I put some reverb on it, you know, put a few little effects on it. So the idea is to play like a little backup melody, you know, like a freestyle melody. Like maybe if somebody was going off on a guitar, maybe for like an outro, I can use it for like an outro on the beat, or, you know, maybe a break in the beat, but I want to put it in there. That way I have it in there. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take it off of the grid. I don't want it to be quantized. So we're going to do that. We're going to take it off. We're going to take it off of the grid. That way I can kind of freestyle and just play it as it goes. So let's just come up with something and see what we deal with. Let's see if something works. Yes, indeed. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it, man. That's some Carlos Santana type stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Really, really nice. I like that. We're going to label this track guitar. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it, man. I think that's a good enough start for what we want to do. We don't have to put too much on it. High sample, low sample, drum track, piano chords, the string, and then the guitar. So yeah, let me let you hear what the string sounds like. The string sounds like this. Just the strings and the piano chord I'm gonna solo. Let you hear that. And then the low sample comes in. Almost kind of sound like some Charlie's Angel type stuff, you know, like way, way back in the day, you know, some Knots Landing or some Dallas type stuff, you know, some epic type stuff, but it's nice though, you know. I like the way this beat came out, really, really nice. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think of the beat. Let me know what artists you hear on it too, man. Like, I can't really pinpoint what type of artist will be on this. You know, I'm hearing a singing artist as well on this, so let me know what y'all think in the comments below, man. I appreciate it. Also, follow my Instagram at the Drank Kang. Follow my my Facebook page at Dungeon Palace Studios. You will find it on Facebook. Just search it. Follow that. You know how we rock, man. So y'all take care out there. Keep making y'all beats. Keep doing what y'all doing. And I'm gonna catch y'all guys in the next video. Take care.